everyone, and welcome to Juiced TV. My name is Pip, I'm from the Juiced crew, and can you believe that we have just celebrated 2 years doing our virtual visits, which is just crazy. It's been an absolute whirlwind. We have had so many wonderful people come on our virtual visits that we've got to welcome to our screen, everyone from Chris Hemsworth to Margot Robbie to Paul Rudd, Daisy Ridley, Hamish Blake, Guy Sebastian, Emma Wiggle. The list goes on. But with every single celebrity and favourite person that joins us on the show, we do have leading the charge our absolutely special Juiced TV superstars. So, without further ado, allow me to introduce you to today's Juiced superstar, host with the most, Carter.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, Carter. It's so good to have you with us today. How are you feeling?
Excited. Very excited.
Epic. That's what we like to hear. Now, Carter, you're only 8 years old, but you are one of the strongest and bravest people that we have met. Can you tell us a bit about your hospital story?
So, I was 7 and I had a lump in my neck and I thought it was just glandular fever, but they got a blood test and they said it was blood cancer. So I was into hospital that night straight away.
Yeah, but you've had some amazing family and friends stick by you, keeping you nice and strong through it all. And now you get to celebrate finishing your frontline treatment.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Congratulations, Carter. That's so, so special. How do you feel about that?
Very, very happy.
Yeah, that must be amazing. A big journey that you've been through so far. And what does that mean? So now you've finished your frontline treatment. That's an awesome reason to celebrate. What does that mean?
I get to be home with my family more.
That must be the absolute best. You are a real hero. And we know for a fact that you love superheroes because when you were in hospital, you made a video for a very special superhero of yours. And that video got passed on to our Juiced team. We sent it out into the universe with the best juicy vibes. It travelled across to the other side of the world to the man behind the mask. And I bet you never imagined that he would be on the line waiting to chat to you now. So, Carter, it's over to you, buddy. Introduce our special guest for today.
Welcome, everyone. And today I'm going to introduce my favourite actor, Tom Holland.
Woo!
Hello! Hi, Carter. How are you?
Good.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I love your t-shirt. I like that you're representing the Spider-Man t-shirt. If I had known, I would have worn my Spider-Man suit, but I left it at work. How are you doing today? Are you excited?
Yes. Very.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I'm very excited to sit down with you, Carter.
We're all a little bit nervous, Tom. We're so excited that we're a bit nervous.
Oh, fantastic. That's great news.
So it's Sunday night where you are at the moment. It's pretty late at night.
It is Sunday night. I am getting ready for work tomorrow. I have to be up very early, which is exciting. I'm working in New York City, which is one of my favourite places. It's also where Spider-Man is from. I'm sure you're aware, Carter. But I'm feeling good. I've got an exciting week ahead. But the most exciting part of my week is speaking to you and all the lovely people who are watching. So it's all very exciting. Carter, how old are you?
Carter,
8.
Oh, you're 8. So nearly 10. That's awesome. Double figures. That's very exciting. When's your birthday?
4th of July.
4th. Oh, so it's coming up. Do you want to know
Yeah.
the secret about your birthday?
Yeah, it's Independence
My
Day.
best friend, yeah, it's Independence Day. So there's a loophole in the system that if you go to America, people will throw birthday parties for you every year without you even asking for them. It's amazing. So maybe one day, I've heard that you would really like to visit New York. You should come for your birthday because it would be like the whole city is celebrating just for you. It would be awesome. I heard you're a big Spider-Man fan. What's your favourite one?
Iron Spider.
Oh, the Iron Spider. Do you know why that's my favourite suit?
Why?
Because I can go to the bathroom. The other suits, I don't have a zip, so I can't go to the bathroom. But in the Iron Spider suit, I'm able to go to the toilet. That's why it's my favourite thing.
So Carter, you had a couple of really awesome questions that you planned for Tom. Would you like to ask some of them now?
Yeah. What's your favourite food?
Okay, let's hear them. What's my favourite food? That's a great question. I'm going to have to say pizza is my favourite food. It's easy to eat. It never disappoints. You're always full afterwards. So many different varieties of pizza. You know, Chicago, New York, proper Italian pizza, all sorts of different kinds. What about you? What's your favourite food?
Ice cream and chocolate.
Oh, a double whammy. What about chocolate ice cream?
Yes.
There you go, 2 in 1. I like that. See, I don't really like ice cream. Ice cream's too cold for me.
And what age did you start acting?
What age that's a good question. I think I was 11, so I was a little bit older than you, and my first job was on stage in London. It was a show about dancing, and I loved it, and I fell in love with performing and being on stage and making people happy, and I decided that was what I was going to do for the rest of my life, and I'm still here. Still acting. People seem to like my stuff, which is great. So I was about 11. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
So I have unfortunately never been to Australia. I've always wanted to. If I was to come to Australia, what would you show me and where would you take me?
Brisbane City.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. Brisbane City, that's a good start. What would we do? What would you and I hang out for the day in Brisbane City? What would Tom and Carter get up to?
I don't know. There's lots.
You don't know? Okay, well, let me help you. I know that you guys have lots of really cool animals in Australia. And
Yes.
I love animals. I love nature documentaries. I really love animals. So if you could take me somewhere where I could go and see the crocodiles and the sharks and the Great Barrier Reef and the dingoes and the kangaroos and the koalas, that would be awesome. So where would we go to see those things?
Maybe a zoo.
That's a good idea. We could go to the zoo. That sounds like a lovely day out.
I think we could definitely arrange for like a whole tour of Australia. We could do the Great Barrier Reef, we could go to the zoo, and Carter is from the Gold Coast, so we might even, what do you reckon, Carter, do some surfing lessons?
That would be awesome. Can you surf, Carter?
No.
No, it's a bit scary surfing. The sharks in the water, the waves are really big. I'm not sure about that, but I would like to come to the Gold Coast. I've heard it is beautiful.
Did you have any other questions that you wanted to ask Tom, Carter?
What's the biggest challenge you faced?
The biggest challenge I've faced? That's a really tough question. I'm not sure, to be honest, mate. Without going too deep and talking about all those sorts of things, in reality, I've lived a very charmed life and I've been very lucky. You know, I love what I do. I have great friends. I have a wonderful career that I really enjoy. I think one of the things that I've had to navigate is, you know, the idea of being famous and being a role model for young kids like yourself. So that's been something that's been quite difficult. But all in all, I've been very lucky. But you know, everyone says that I'm a superhero, but in reality, you're really the superhero because you're so brave and you're doing amazing things, and I'm sure your parents are incredibly proud of you, and you're here today on this TV show in front of all the people, and you're being super brave and super cool, you know? So everyone always says that I'm a superhero, but in reality, you're a life superhero.
When you're gonna come visit me in Australia?
Well, listen, that's a really good question. I've got to finish this job. I'm doing this TV show. I have to finish it. And then when I'm finished, next year, I'm planning on doing some travelling. I've always wanted to come to Australia. It's been the top of the list, but it's just such a long way away. And I'm so busy, I've never had the time. So hopefully I'll take some time off, come to Australia, and me and you hang out. You show me around. It sounds like it would be really fun.
So Tom, we do have a game that we would love to play with you, but before we do that, we have got a couple of other questions that some of the other patients have sent in for us. Our questions from the kids.
Sure.
They're pretty hard hitting. Are you ready?
Yes, ask away, ask away.
All right, our first question that has come in is from Stella.
Hi Tom, it's Stella here. I'm a patient from the Queensland Children's Hospital. I wanted to ask you, what is your favourite album they could just listen to on repeat? Thank you. Bye.
My favourite album? That's a tricky question. Baz, what do you reckon? Baz?
Huh?
What do you reckon? Your favourite album to listen to?
Oh,
I'm phoning a friend, I'm lost. Huh? Every Kingdom, that is a good album, yeah. Every Kingdom by Ben Howard. I'm going to put that at the top of the list. I can't say one album, you know, that would be up there.
Do you know what? I will admit that I have listened to that one on repeat a fair few times. What about you, Carter? What would be your song or favourite album that you would like to listen to?
Back in Black.
There you go. Wow. That's a good one.
Nice. Okay, our next question, Tom, is from two brothers, Rio and Ellis.
Fantastic.
Hi Spider-Man! My name is Rio.
And my name is Alice.
And we're brothers.
We have two questions for you.
Question number 1. Do you do your own stunts or do you have a stunt man?
Question number 2. If you could be another animal, what would it be?
Bye Spider-Man!
I love that you guys have included stuntmen and animals in the same question because they are animals. They're crazy. The answer to your question, the first question, is that I do have stunt doubles. I have 2 stunt doubles, Greg and Luke. They're also very, very good friends of mine and arguably the best stunt performers in the business. They're wickedly talented. They can do things that I have never dreamed of doing. But something that they do so well is they design stunts and sequences so that I can do as much of them as possible, so that we're safe, so that we're maxing out our creative potential. So I'm very, very lucky to have them on my team. When they have to perform and do the stunts, it's breathtaking. They are so talented and so brave that they are able to bring Spider-Man or Nathan Drake to life in a way that I could never. So I definitely have to take my hat off to our wonderful stunt performers, but also give myself a little credit because I've got a few bangs and bruises here and there from falling off flying ships and fighting octopus men and all sorts of different things. So I've had my fair share of fight scenes. Oh, and the second question about which animal would I be? Which animal would I be? What would I be? What would I be? What would I be? Do you know what? This is a terrible answer. I would probably be my dog, Tessa. She literally has the best life. My parents walk her for like 4 hours every day around Richmond Park. She has loads of friends. She sees them every day. She eats like the most wonderfully like prepared pedigree food, and she sleeps all day in an amazing dog bed. Mum, she rips it up every 6 months. Mum buys her a new one. If I could be any animal in the world, it would be my dog Tessa.
Would you bring Tessa into the the universe, would you kind of turn her into a bit of a superhero, or is she good enough just to be Tessa?
Tessa is not superhero material, in the sense that if a burglar broke into our house to steal stuff, Tess would just make them a cup of tea and tell them where all the valuable things were. She has not got an aggressive bone in her body, so she wouldn't be able to fight against the bad guys. You know, if there was an octopus man first in the building, Tess would go up and have a couple.
Yeah, not ideal superhero material.
Not ideal for a superhero.
Okay, Carter, if you were going to make up a superhero character, would you pick an animal, or have you ever had any thoughts about what you would choose?
No.
Oh,
do you want to do some brainstorming with Tom? Tom, I reckon Tom could help you out.
Let's think about it. Okay, so would you like to be a superhero that can fly or jump really far?
Fly.
Okay, so we're ruling out all of the jumping animals. So Kangaroo Man is now off the table. Okay, we're flying. Okay, so would you rather be something like a bat, a bird, or a fly? What is
Bird.
Okay, a bird. All right, we're narrowing it down again. I love this, Carter. Okay, would you rather be like a big bird, so you could fly really long distances, like a pelican or a sea eagle, or would you rather be a small bird, really nimble, but you can only fly for short distances, so you would be like a hummingbird or a sparrow, or another
kookaburra.
small bird. A kookaburra, there you go. So big bird, long distances, small bird, or
Small.
fly.
Have you,
Small bird.
Okay, nice. A small bird. So let's think about this. I don't know much about kookaburras, but I know that is an Australian bird. What can you tell me about kookaburras, Carter?
They make a lot of noise.
They make a lot of noise. That's quite a good quality for superheroes. Be able to make a lot of noise, scare people off, annoy people so much that they stop doing what they're doing. You know, so kookaburra would be a good superhero, I think. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, listen, I'm going to speak to Marvel and see what I can do. Okay? Get Kookaburra superhero going.
I love it. I love it. Okay, Tom, we know we don't have you for too much longer, so we've got 2 more questions that have been sent in. So up next, we've got a question from Kissy, and a super big shout out to Kissy. We're sending her a lot of love today. She's in the hospital and she has a pretty big surgery happening. So let's see what her question is for you, Tom.
Hi, Tom Holland. I'm Kissy and I'm a patient from Queensland Children's Hospital. And a question I'd like to ask you is, what is your life motto you live by, and how can you share that with the rest of us who look up to you not only as Spider-Man but as Tom Holland?
That's a great question. I'm trying to give you a really good answer. I guess something that I live by is the idea that hard work is good work. You know, you always know you're doing something right if something's difficult and you're working hard to push through it. And another thing that I've always lived by, which has been really, really helpful and hopefully helpful for you, Kissy, with what you're going through at the moment, is the idea that you can turn nerves into excitement. And I'll explain. It's a little complicated. When you're queuing up for a roller coaster or something that makes you feel nervous, you get this interesting feeling in your stomach, don't you? We call it butterflies. Everyone calls it butterflies when you're nervous. But when you get excited for something, you get that same And the physical feeling of feeling excited and nervous is the same. So when you're feeling nervous about something, and you just say to yourself over and over and over again, I'm really excited to do that thing. I'm really excited to do that thing. Eventually, you'll start to believe yourself. So I've now got to a stage in my life where I don't get nervous for anything. I just get really, really excited. So if you can do that and take the feeling of nerves and the fear of being nervous away from any situation, you'll be a superhero. You'll be able to do anything. So that is a wonderful piece of advice I got as a young kid. I've used it my entire life, and it's been so helpful. So take your nerves, bundle it up, flip it on its head, turn them into excitement, and then attack everything with 100%, and it will really help.
I like the sound of that. What do you reckon, Carter?
Yeah.
Good advice. Okay,
Like
our
that?
last.
It's a good one. It's really helpful.
Our last question.
I'm
Tom,
nervous now.
Yeah, but you're excited. I can see it on your face. It's the same thing. There you go.
All right, Tom, our last question comes in from Clayton. Let's have a look at that one.
Hi Tom, my name's Clayton. I was a patient at the Queensland Children's Hospital, and my question is, do you get to keep the costumes, and if so, what's your favourite one?
That's a great question, Clayton. My favourite costume, in terms of aesthetic, would have to be the final costume in Spider-Man No Way Home. We called it the hybrid suit because it was an amalgamation of all of the Spider-Man suits. It was a sort of homage to the beginning, the middle, and unfortunately the end. I haven't had the luxury of keeping any of my suits. They're all very, very expensive, and I think the studio would be unhappy if I stole them, because they're really, really, really expensive. But I'm sure one day, when I finally hang up the suit and walk away from Spider-Man, that the studio will be kind enough to gift me some of my old costumes. But the only thing is that they don't smell very good at all. I've been dancing around, fighting in them, jumping into all sorts of different positions. So what looks like a wonderful costume smells like a garbage bin. So I'd have to put them in the wash if I wanted to take them home.
Well, look, if you ever need to put together your own Spider-Man costume, I know that when you were younger, you had a lot of Spider-Man merchandise and T-shirts, and so does Carter. So maybe you could combine T-shirts and hoodies.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be great.
All right. Well, it's almost time for us to go, but before we do, let's see if we can squeeze in one game of Guess Who. Carter, are you ready for this, bud?
Yeah.
You've got an advantage here, Carter, because Tom has actually never played Guess Who before, which is crazy.
This is my first time.
So, we are going to be playing Superhero Guess Who. Carter.
Okay, fantastic.
You both got your characters, right? You picked who you're going to be on your page, on our special Juice TV Superhero Guess Who version. So Carter, you are up first with the questions, and so long as you get a yes answer, you can keep asking questions. Off you go, bud.
Is your superhero a boy?
Yes.
What are the colours on its costume?
There is red and gold.
Iron Man?
You are so good at this game.
You got it. Tom,
How did you guess that so quickly? Okay, my turn. I want to try this game. You're too good. Okay. Does your superhero fly?
No.
Okay, no. Okay, so I'm going to cross off the flying superheroes. He flies. Does your superhero jump very high?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So that could be this person. That could be this person. Lots of people. Does your superhero shoot webs?
No.
Oh no, okay. Is your superhero from Africa?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? Okay, is your superhero green?
No.
Okay, so we can get rid of the green people. Let's figure this out. Does your superhero have very luxurious long blonde hair and is played by an Australian man?
No, not blonde hair.
Oh. Wow. I'm really struggling here. Okay. Does your superhero have superpowers?
No.
Oh, it doesn't have superpowers. Okay, so is your superhero Black Widow?
Yes.
Well done.
I got it right.
You got there. You got it right on your first game of Guess Who. Oh, well
Brilliant.
done. Well done, Carter. I think you definitely take home the medal for the fastest one Guess Who game against Tom Holland. That's for sure.
So good.
Alrighty, now before we wrap up, is there any questions you'd like to ask Carter?
I would like to ask you a question. It's a big question though. Who is your favourite Spider-Man?
Iron Spider.
You dodged the question there, but I'm going to accept. The answer.
Carter, who is
And
your
you.
favourite person? Yeah.
And me, thank you so much, Carter. I was waiting for you to say that. I was waiting, and I'm really glad you did. Thank you.
Oh, guys, this has been so awesome, Tom. Thank you so much for joining us today. Before we go, as we know, we do have lots of incredible kids who are tuning in to watch this very special Juice TV virtual visit with you. Do you have a message or something that you can share with them?
Of course I do. To everyone that is watching, firstly, thank you for tuning in. I hope this put a smile on your face and it came as a nice break to the day. I just want to say that you guys are really superheroes. You'll fight struggles that you're going through, but the way that you handle them and that you don't let yourselves get down is so impressive. It's so wonderful to see. I'm proud to be here today to try and help in any way that I can. So thank you for letting me do that. So think about what I said, turn your nerves into excitement really will help in any way, shape or form. So thank you so much. Sending you all my love and all my well wishes. And of course, thank you again for having me.
That is amazing. Couldn't have said it better, Tom, in terms of these kids being the real superheroes. Carter, you are certainly one of them. Carter, do you have a message that you would like to share with all the kids in hospital?
Stay strong, be brave, and know that we are all still superheroes. And thank you for having us, Tom.
No, thank you, Carter. And you could not be more spot on. That's a great way to say it.
This has been super cool. How are you feeling now, Carter? Are those nerves going away, or have you got a little bit more excitement?
Yeah.
Yeah, must be a pretty surreal feeling, hey? Who would have thought that your video that you recorded when you were in hospital would have made it all the way to the other side of the world, and Tom would have been like, yeah, I'll chat to him. Pretty special. Hey, also, Tom, we heard that you've got a birthday coming up soon.
I do have a birthday coming up, yes.
Are you going to have a party?
I'm not sure what I'm going to do, if I'm honest. I believe I'm working on my birthday, which I'm actually quite excited about. But I think we might have a party. Where we have this party, I'm not sure, but it will be a lot of fun. I'll see my friends. I think some of my family are coming to visit, which will be lovely. I haven't seen my mum and my brothers in a very long time, so it'll be really nice to see them. Turning 26, which is strange. No longer sort of in my mid-20s. I'm going towards my late 20s, which is a little scary, but you know, it's all part of it. But I'm good and I'm excited, and I'm very, very happy.
Awesome. Well, from the Queensland Children's Hospital and beyond, we'll be sending you lots of birthday wishes, and we just want to say thank you so much again for joining us today, and I'll hand over to Carter for our final thank you and goodbye.
Thank you for having us, and I hope you have a good day.
Likewise, Carter, right back at you, mate. Thank you very much for your time.
And just quickly before you go, Tom, I think Carter's mum and dad, Mick and Kirsty, just wanted to quickly come in and give you a big wave and say thank you too. Carter, do you want to tell them to come in?
Of course. Come on in, guys. Let's say hello.
Come on.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Tom.
Lovely to meet you both. What a lovely little lad you have.
Thank you so much. Very, very nervous.
No, don't be nervous. It's all good. It's lovely to meet you both.
And I've got another question.
Yeah, go on, mate.
Have you got any other movies that are coming out soon?
Have I got any other movies? That's a good question. I've got something that I'm working on at the minute, which is probably quite inappropriate. It's a little too grown up for you, but maybe you can watch it. But I did do this really cool movie called Uncharted, which is a treasure hunt movie. It's about myself and another guy looking for treasure. Spoiler alert, we find it, and it's a great adventure. If you haven't seen that, check it out. If you have seen it, it doesn't sound like you're the biggest fan of it, which is okay. No offence taken. But no, probably the best one for you if you wanted to watch one.
Is the other movie called Cherry?
But that's very inappropriate. You cannot.
I think that's what you're saying. I think it's not for you.
That is a grown-up movie.
One day.
Yes. One day, but one day has got to be at least 15, 20 years. That is a very, very adult film.
At least he's been doing his research, I guess.
I know, it's incredible. Thank you so much.
Next time, if this happens again, can Zendaya come on as well?
I'm sure she would love to come on and talk to you, mate. She would really, really enjoy that. And she's much funnier than I am. So you'd have a lot more fun chatting with Zendaya than you would do with me.
Would she beat you in Guess Who?
Well, it turns out I'm rubbish at Guess Who. Of course she would.
Well, that was just the best. Tom, you are so welcome to come back anytime. We'll hit you up for when you're in Australia. We'll give you that tour. Carter, you're on it, bud. You can just start the planning now. Get the itinerary happening.
Amazing. It sounds like a wonderful trip. I look forward to it. Well, thank you very much, guys, for having me. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure I'll come back and we'll do this again.
Magic. Take care, Tom. See you next time.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye.